How's it going? So, we're trying something out, okay? We're doing a little experiment, you and me, and yeah, see how it goes. So this is the experiment. Since life is an experiment in itself, we're all trying to figure it out as we go along. We kind of think that other people may have things figured out and we don't. When is that true? And that's reality? Because we can tell ourselves anything. We can think anything we want. The question is it true? Is it real? Is it valid? Or is it nonsense? Is it fabricated? Is it based off of a faulty basis, assumption of reality? And that seems to be happening a lot. People are operating out of assumptions. So my name is Shane, and this is the healing journey of Shane, where we get to spend some time together, build a relationship. This is an incredible thing. This came to me about a week ago in just a new approach. Because sometimes if we're not getting the results that we think we can get or that we're happy with, we can try different things. That's what I mean by an experiment. So it's like we have to judge the fruit. We have to see, okay, like, how are my results? Like, how is this panning out? Is this working out for me or not? Because if it's not working out and I continue to do it, well, then I'm inviting results that I don't want in my life. And then if your life is filled with that, you get to a point where it's like, wow, you realize that I'm really unhappy, and it can seem very overwhelming because there's a lot of parts in your life that have accumulated that you're unhappy about. And so that leads us into the next phase of the journey that I've been on. See, the journey that I've been on is that I realized that I wasn't happy, okay? And I realized that other people didn't really genuinely feel happiness from them. I'm not saying whether or not they were happy or they're not happy. It's the part of just, it's not what I was looking for. And so it's like, okay, well, I'm looking for something that I can really feel inside of myself. And so it's been an incredible journey, and it is an incredible journey as we take this next chapter together, because on that journey I was a reader. Okay, I still am a reader. I'm an audience. I still am an audience. We play many roles in life, and right now the healing journey of Shane and this vlog, this idea, this experiment, which we're going to do in the sense of I'm creating video footage and I'm just speaking, I'm just talking, right? It's like I love writing. I'm a writer, I'm a poet, I'm an artist, and that's time consuming. Like, that's why I love writing, is because you take that and you just force yourself to organize and to structure your thoughts in such a way. And through the many years of me doing that and practicing day in and day out, I've come to a part where, okay, yeah, like, I used to worry that, my life isn't structured, my thoughts aren't structured, my notes aren't structured, because, yeah, I have notes everywhere, all that stuff. I've made improvements and built more systems because, you realize organization is key. I start to, if I have a notebook, okay, this is what's the purpose of the notebook, and then this is what's in the notebook. You got daily notebooks, and you got other financial notebooks and projects, and how can you categorize that? How can you organize that in order? How can we bring order inside of our lives? So I realized that I don't have to try to write stuff. I enjoy it, and I do, and I'm really good at it, and it actually doesn't take me that much time. I can write a college essay in an hour, but I just realized that it wasn't what I was digging anymore. is like forcing myself to do this, like sitting down and everything. Like, it's not that I don't like to sit down. I've sat a lot, and that's what I'm doing, is I'm suggesting and I'm teaching other people how to sit. But I just realized, okay, like we're just going to change it up. We're going to try something different. We're going to try a little different experiment, and we can create a different experience than what I had, because I had books. As a reader and part of the audience, I was reading material from my teachers. I've also, have teachers that have materialized, and but for the most part, like way back in the day and everything, a lot of it was, this stuff is relatively new. And that's the whole thing about the healing journey of Shane, is because we're going to see the changes. Like, this is day one in a way, Like, we're going to continue on and on and on, because the experiment is being able to do this every single day, to be able to publish content every single day. I make content every single day. I document, and I have a lot of content on myself. So, yeah. So now we're just building a system to publish content and to get that going, to help people who are willing to help themselves. Those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Because here I am. Right? Like, because I understand, like, what I was going through in the search and everything. And, like, there's so much stuff that was, like, going on inside of me, and there's still things going on inside of me, and there's things going inside of other people, but now I'm at a completely different place where I don't spin out anymore. Like, we spin out in life, and I realized that when I last spun out, you lose focus, you lose the control of what you really have control of your attention and your emotions and things of that nature, and you're making progress and getting somewhere in life of where you want to go, and and maybe something happens, and you spin out, you lose focus, and you start allowing all these negative thoughts, ants, right? Automatic negative thoughts, right? We're going to break things down in acronyms and all different things to help reprogram, because that's what we're doing here on the healing journey of Shane. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Because I know there's people who want to change. I know there's people who are willing to change, and that's why we're doing this. Because there's a lot of things going on in this world. There's a lot of things. Attachment, entanglement, okay? We have this whole culture, world, where it's like free. The word free, the term free, is an interesting thing. Because it's freaking everywhere, and it's been programmed in such a way where it's like, that's what people are seeking. But it seems to be such a paradox, such a hypocrisy in a way, where it's like, these things that are apparently free, like, are they free? Like, because everything has a cost. Right? Like, everything has a cost, whether that is straight up in the raw form of energy or in something else. Like, to get something, you have to give something up, right? So that's a huge part of it in our society right now, where it's like, everybody, we've been taught to, like, gather, acquire. Get this, get that, get this, get that. How can you go wrong, Well, life's about love. So if you're accumulating all these things and you're not taking care of them, then are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of your love? Then are you letting darkness get inside your heart? Like what's going on? So these are things that I'm helping people think in a different way. So that's another avenue of the healing journey of Shane. What I love about this is because I am ready to come out. I'm ready to come out. I'm building the love of teaching. I understand that's something I came across, that came to me, and it's these teachers that there's a love for teaching, because it's important to share things, and it's not that I don't want to share. I've been talking to people, and this is another part of the healing journey of Shane, is that I've encountered a lot of people so far, and I have a lot of love, and I'm very thankful of everybody, and I'm very aware in a lot of different ways. It's not speaking from ego in the sense of where I think I'm better than other people. It's just I acknowledge my gifts, I acknowledge my awareness, I acknowledge where I am in my life. And it's like people get mad at me because I don't call, and I'm sorry. This is a part to help me in that department in different ways, because I love you, and I love life. I love sharing. My part is to be able to share the healing journey, is to be able to, the spiritual journey that we're all on, in a way that kind of like I've been forced in different ways, where I've been forced to find my own way. Okay? And I have a lot to offer. I am incredibly valuable. Is that speaking from ego? I don't think that I'm better than anybody else. I am just acknowledging where I have come from, and a lot of things that I have obtained through that journey thus far. Also acknowledging that I'm just getting started. Like this is day one. So we're going to do this every single day. This is the new habit that we're building. And it's going to be a beautiful habit, because it's just having fun and taking that pressure off, and allowing Shane to be Shane in front of the world, in front of his audience, because I love you. Like, you're my audience, and I have a lot to share, and I've been working on the structure and the organization and the process and the journey of it all, and how to do it. Now, what I offer is a little bit different than what we may be used to. It's not like you go to Walmart and you go pick it up, okay? It's incredibly valuable, okay? I got into meditation, mental training, and really understanding the mind, because for whatever reason I thought that if I could better understand my mind, I could learn to program myself for happiness. And little did I know what was in store for me. And which is a good part, because I don't know if I would have really gone through it if I knew what was coming, but nonetheless, here I am. So it's incredible, like how, like, who knows, but I know that I'm here, and I know that I am in a much better place inside myself, and that's what this is about. That's what this is helping out. If you're watching this, you can watch and you can receive, and I'm building the journey so that we can scale this, because that's what this is about. This is about scaling. Now, like, we're all famous, okay? So, like, with the tools and everything we have, like, we're all famous. We all can reach the world. We all have an audience. We all have a message. So the part is finding your message. The part is finding yourself. The part is really building that clarity inside of yourself, because maybe that's what makes us afraid of fame. Maybe that's what makes us afraid of putting ourselves out in the world. Now, there's some truth in that, because, well, our light is very powerful, and there's a lot of harm that we can cause. though we learn along the way. So it's not to stay stuck in life. And that's what's going on inside of this life, is that this world right now is that we have all these people and everybody's trying to tell everybody how to live because they think they know everything and they think that their way is the right way. It seems. I don't know. It seems. Okay? I feel things, so, I know the truth inside myself. And the truth is that everything is inside. We're figuring it out as we go. Right? Like, life has a variety inside of it. And we're here to learn. We're here to grow. That's what I'm on, and that's what I'm about. If that's not what you're about, that's cool. That's cool. I love you. I wish you the best. This isn't for you then. That's okay. Then go where you can benefit, go where you can use something constructively that can help you move forward in your life, because this is for those who want to move forward in their life. They're willing to move forward in their life, and they're willing to face the truth. They're willing to make the sacrifices necessary to grow spiritually. And we can. We will. And we are. So, it's a beautiful day. Check it out. This winter, I tell you, is interesting. Very interesting. It's definitely a huge awakening in the air. And this is the time right here. I call this the season of prosperity. Because there's a lot of things that happen about May. So, I'd say May is like the middle of it in a way, where you get some storms, you get some thunder, you get some lightning, and some strange things happen in my experience. 7 days, no excuses. This is the core concept of the introduction into the teachings and the training and the healing, and this is also the basis of the organization in ways, the basis of the community, the basis of the movement, the basis of me, of my life, and what I'm really about, using the pain and everything that is such a blessing to be able to use for good. So it's like this. We really don't understand how much we complain till we really shut our mouth for a moment and just breathe. And until you really videotape yourself, or you listen to yourself on the tape, the audio tape or something, you really get a different perspective of yourself. You really get a different perspective of yourself. And then facing that, it's it gives you the motivation to not be that, to not enable that, and not to have that inside your life. And I just want to add too, that came to me because this is something I want to express. I want to get that out there because it's it's not wishing bad upon anybody. All right. It's one of the purposes, one of the things with an unfortunate event is can you get to that place inside of yourself where you do not wish that upon anybody? Until you get to that point, how is that going to stop? How are we going to end the suffering if we do not get to that point inside of ourselves where we cease to wish ill? Right? Here we are, the healing journey of Shane, and we're connecting the dots, okay? A to B, B to C, C to D, and it's going to be a beautiful picture. You see. So, the 7 day No excuse meditation challenge is a meditation challenge, okay? It's bringing self-awareness and all that stuff where it's like, it's not saying it's not gonna happen. It's the part of increasing the awareness, becoming more aware and conscious, and catching yourself, because it's your life, and this is an experiment. So like, if you're looking for different results, then you need to change. You try some new things, and maybe this is something that you can try that you might be quite amazed at the results. I like the results. It's been very beneficial in my life, and I'm excited to be able to share that and to be able to build a community, those who want to move forward in life, spiritually speaking, physically speaking, in all dimensions, as all is one, and life is beautiful. All right, so we got a little bit more. I want to get out there. I mean, we're doing this every day, and just like, I have like so much in me. It's like, we're just gonna go on walks, and we're just gonna hang out. Okay, there's a lot to talk about. Yeah. So another thing about meditation is like, this is a great time. This is a phenomenal time. All right, because if you look in history, or what we know as history, known history, is like, people have not been able to afford meditation. And now we're at a point where we can afford meditation. Like, yeah, and guess what? I'm a great meditation teacher. Yeah. Come sit with me. Come walk with me. Come talk with me. Because check it. We have not had a lot of free time. And we have not had a lot of opportunity to change course as much as we do right now. Like, we can get excited about things, but like, what are we getting excited about? And are we getting excited about our own life, or are we getting excited about some corporation that's just going to profit off of us? Right? So what do we do with our free time? This is where I come in. This is where I help the world big time. Okay, because this is what I've been doing. This is what I've done. Is we're going to put down the smartphone. We're going to put down the technology. And we're going to understand that our mind is our greatest tool. And that meditation is mental training. And that it will transform you into the master in which you truly are. But first, you gotta sit. And it can seem a little daunting, because there's a lot of anxieties, there are a lot of intense emotion. Okay, there's a lot of different emotion going on, right? And so if we just continue to like put it off and numb ourselves from feeling it, like, is that where you want to go in life? I'm just letting you know that there is another way, that I know another way, and I am showing you another way inside yourself. There are many ways. All paths lead to one. So pick one and keep going. Don't stop. Rest, but don't stop. And so, what do we do with our time? You know, we have so many occupations and hobbies, and some say, you know, if you pick some hobbies, it's going to curb or cure depression, and those are things you can try to do, and definitely there is a part of that, because ultimately what it's about feeling good. So whatever you do, do that which feels good, and feel good about that which you do. That's how you get in a good place. That's the playbook right there, all right? I mean, how much is that worth? But it's like how you use it. So that's ultimately what the healing journey of Shane is about. Because it's like, yeah, it's valuable, but not as much valuable as it is when you apply it. And all this knowledge and all this wisdom that I've been acquiring, that I've been seeking, I'm embodying. Because that's, woo, you know, maybe that's why people like action movies. So, like, what do you do with your time? Like, how do you spend time with yourself? Okay, you know. There's a lot of notifications, and, oh boy, you know, it's, a lot of things, you know. And for me, it's like, I realized I wasn't happy, and I just figured, not that I figured, but I realized, like, it's like there's knowing inside me. Like, I'm not gonna find it inside of other people. Like, I've been listening to people for 18, 20 years of my life, and I'm not where I want to be. And I don't feel certain. I don't feel good about my direction in life, right? Like, I'm more confused than ever. Like, I tried to do the college thing and all that stuff, and then I found poker and was able to study things and become a lover of wisdom and philosopher and start to meditate and really get inside of myself and understand my own thoughts, understand my own emotions and how those affect my reality. Because as you begin to become aware of that, then it's like, oh, this is some serious stuff. Like, we need to take this seriously, because this is some serious stuff. This greatly affects my life, and it's something that I have complete control over, unless I just give it to other people, without knowing or with knowing. You know, and that's just how we're brought up, is to do that without knowing. Live in a very people-pleasing world where it's like you have to keep up with the Joneses in a way, and our standard of living is like increasing, and which is really good, but it's like understanding that, you know, this is a standard of living, and you can live however you want to live, you know. And life is not just about making money. That's what we're taught, okay? This is the programming that we have been brought up to believe and to think, that if you get a good job, everything's going to be okay. Really? What about the other parts of life? Because there are a lot of people who are materially successful, but I would say that they got some spiritual work to do. You know, we have some spiritual work to do. I wouldn't necessarily say we're yeah, we can say we're a spiritual. No, whoa. You know what? No, we don't have to. Success in the terms of the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Are we making progressive realization in that ideal? Ooh, that's a deep one. That's a deep one. If you really understand that, you will realize you never have to wait ever again. I'm playing the waiting game. Let's play the waiting game, huh? Yeah, how does it go? Oh, we're gonna play the wait. We're gonna make other people wait. Oh yeah. We're gonna put uncertainty in other people. Yeah, because that helps us feel more certain inside of ourselves, right? Right? That's something to be very, very careful. And not to play the waiting game. When you feel like you gotta wait on something, like you're not able to do something, then you're being disabled. Like, why? Why are there so many people who seem to be disabled when they have the ability? It's just they've been disabled. So now we gotta re-able them. Re-able ourselves. And we can always work on that ideal inside of ourselves. This is the spiritual work, and this is what we're on. So with that, we're going to be getting this out there. And 7-day meditation, no excuse challenge. And then we got the course. I got the newsletter. And we got email support, different things to help people, and this as well too. And then we're going to be getting some donating options available as well too, because people can give, and if you're in a place to give, like, this is a great purpose. This isn't necessarily a non-profit charity, but we'll get into that whole charity game as well too, baby, because I'm not necessarily about charity. It doesn't mean that I don't have compassion. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to give back. It's just, we got to cut through some BS first. Let's get to the truth. All right? I'm done playing around. Okay? So this is what I'm on. If you want to vibe with me, you can vibe with me. If you don't, I wish you the best on your journey. What can I do but move forward on my journey and love life? Because life is beautiful. I choose to be happy. I choose to be happy. I want to be happy. Don't you want to be happy? Be happy.